Daniel thought he was only cleaning his grandmother's old house.
What does it say?
But inside a dusty desk, he found a yellowed envelope that shattered his family's history. The letter spoke of a child that was never lost, a child who lived. A stranger soon appeared, claiming to be that child, just as a black car with tinted windows stalked Daniel through the night. What started as a simple discovery turned into a dangerous chase, and left Daniel awake at midnight, staring at his ceiling, knowing this was only the beginning. It started quietly. A small town where nothing really happened. Days felt the same, calm, predictable. But one afternoon, Daniel found something that would change his life forever. He was clearing out his late grandmother's old farmhouse. The place was filled with dust, photos, and furniture no one had touched in years. Some cousins and neighbors stood around, more to watch than to help, as Daniel wrestled with a heavy wooden desk pressed against the wall. With a groan, the drawer slid open. Dust floated in the air. At the bottom lay a yellowed envelope. Fragile. Old. Sealed in handwriting no one recognized. "Go on," someone whispered. Another voice quickly, "No, if it was hidden, there's a reason." The room split, some urging him to open it, others telling him not to. Daniel turned the envelope in his hand. The paper felt strange, almost alive. His gut told him this wasn't junk. He tore it open. Inside was a folded sheet, the ink faded but still clear. He began to read aloud. "My dearest, if you are reading this, then my secret has outlived me. Forgive me, but there are truths I never spoke aloud." Daniel froze. His grandmother had never spoken of secrets. The crowd leaned in. He read further. The child was not lost, the child lived. Gasps filled the room. "What child?" someone muttered. "Didn't your uncle die as a baby? Or was that just what we were told?" Daniel's chest tightened. The words blurred. He checked the envelope again and pulled out a torn scrap of paper. On it a name. A name no one knew. Then came a sound. Footsteps on the porch. The door handle rattled. Everyone went still. Daniel called out, "Who's there?" The door creaked open. A man stepped inside. His coat was torn, his face rough, his eyes locked on the letter. "That letter," he said in a broken voice. "It wasn't meant to be found, not yet." Whispers spread through the room. "Who is he?" Daniel lifted the scrap. "This name, who is it?" The man's voice trembled. "That's me." Gasps. Faces drained of color. "My grandmother hid you?" Daniel asked. "She saved me," the man replied. "If the truth came out, your own family would have destroyed me." The room broke into chaos. Daniel looked back at the envelope. On the back, faint indentations, initials. Not his grandmother's. Someone else's. Before the stranger could explain, the window shattered. A rock landed on the floor. One word scrawled across it. "Enough." The man grabbed Daniel's arm. "They know, we have to go." Daniel clutched the letter and ran. The cold night air stung his lungs as he jumped into his car. Headlights lit up his rearview mirror. A black sedan with tinted windows followed close behind. Daniel's breath caught. Tears blurred his sight as he sped down the street. The sedan stayed behind him for blocks, relentless, before suddenly turning off. Relief never came. He kept driving, far from the farmhouse, until he reached the other side of town. He parked at a shabby motel, then wandered the streets in disbelief. He sat in a diner with a coffee he couldn't drink, watching strangers laugh like nothing had changed. Hours later, he stumbled back to his room, collapsed onto the bed, and stared at the cracked ceiling. Sleep never came. The letter pressed against his chest, fragile proof of a truth that refused to stay buried. "If this survived," Daniel whispered, "what else did she hide?" And in that silence he knew this was only the beginning. Daniel's story has only just begun. The forgotten letter was just the first secret, and there are darker truths waiting to be uncovered. What would you do if you discovered your family's past was built on lies? Tell us in the comments below. And don't forget, subscribe now so you don't miss episode 2 of Daniel's story.